How's it, guys? Welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm showing you sunsets from the 15th to the 22nd of November. And as you can see, I've put the details of the times and altitudes direction when I start filming and the time of actual sunset, and if I've got the time of when I stopped recording. So you will see some of the details have minus altitude, and that indicates the sun being below the horizon. One of the things that fluffs love to accuse us of is being indoctrinated into the shape of the earth from the first time we go to school. But when I think back to school, we didn't have a globe. I remember we having a giant geographical map of all the countries of the world on the wall. Then, if we apply fluff logic to that scenario, shouldn't I have thought that the earth was flat? The first time I ever heard of a flat earth idea was way back in primary school, when they mentioned in passing that in our ancient past we did assume that the earth was flat and stationary, but that was because we didn't have a broader understanding of what is going on around us. You know, when it comes to our intuition and trusting our eyes, what our eyes are seeing, in some instances it is very helpful. I know that in my past I've had to trust my instincts, and it has probably saved my life many times. And the times that I didn't trust my instincts, I ended up running for my life. And it made me learn that gut feeling that you have that something may be wrong is trustworthy. But when it comes to the shape of the earth, the movement of the earth, we cannot trust our instincts. Take my horizons, for example. This one you're looking at right now, that big tree is about 5 meters away from the wall. And the trees you see off in the distance are about 20 to 30 meters away from the wall. When you look at the church, all those trees are actually blocking the land beyond it. It's flat land. But I can't see it. I only found that out from looking at satellite photos. And then on my southeastern horizon, it's actually 2 hills. And they are about, 20, 30 meters apart. Now, yesterday it was raining, and for some reason in the rain, it distinguishes the 2 hills. So I was able to take photographs of that, and I will include it in the next video. You will see that you can't actually tell where my real horizon is from the photos I put out or the videos I put out. Besides flat earthers, there is another group of people whom I'm very much interested in, and those are the sun simulator people. From what I gather, it's people thinking that it's not that there's no real sun. There is a real sun, but the real sun is being blocked out by this sun simulator because they, whoever they are who put the sun simulator there, don't want us to know that there's something wrong with the real sun. Please go watch this video. I will link it in the description. It's a lady called Universal News Media, and all she does is looks at the photos taken by FAA weather cams in Alaska and Canada, and then speculates that clouds are planets, lens flares are planets, artifacts are planets, but she's never gone outside to look for herself. And another group of people linked to the sun simulator people are the chemtrail people. Now, I want to know how much spraying would take to cover my skies with all this cloud. If you go back and look at my videos, you'll see that I hardly ever get a clear, cloud-free sunset. Then the question will have to be asked, does this stuff only happen there in the United States and Canada? I don't hear any of these stories from anywhere else in the world where people think, okay, excluding Phuket Word. I don't know if he thinks there's a sun simulator, but he certainly thinks that the earth is flat and stationary, supposedly. So why don't we experience these happenings with the sun simulator and all of that, the chemtrail spraying and all of that? How many aeroplanes do they use to spray this stuff? Do they spray it in one area and then the wind brings it over to the other areas? How do these things work? I mean, I understand cloud seeding, and I don't think that's the worst idea they've had. But this whole chemtrail spraying and sun simulator things, it just doesn't look like that when I go outside and see for myself. Another thing I heard Nathan Thompson say is, oh, you believe what you believe and I believe what I'll believe. But that's not how science works. Science is a process. And what fluffs do, and creationists also, they confuse the process with the product. And we find that in nature, there is no end goal, right? So as we do science, our perspectives change and we adjust our understanding to the evidence. So when you say you believe what you believe and I'll believe what I'll believe, I had to go and look up the difference between believe and belief. So when I say I believe, it's a verb, a doing word. It means that I am having confidence in the evidence presented to me, which is pointing to a truth or fact. When I say I have belief, it's a noun. It means I have religious faith or the feeling that something is true without being backed up by evidence. So when I say I believe, for example, in the Big Bang Theory or the theory of evolution, it simply means that I'm just going where the evidence is leading. And in these two instances, the evidence is overwhelming. And you know, there are people who actually do both. A very famous example is Dr. Mary Schweitzer, and she is a very staunch Christian. But she is the lady who was put onto the dinosaur soft tissue. And being a religious person did not handicap her. In fact, she will tell you that her God has gotten so much bigger the more she studies science, but she is able to separate her beliefs from her research. And I must say, I myself, I'm not really a religious person, but there are some experiences in my life that have made me lean towards thinking that there might be some sort of deity or, you know, some sort of guiding light or something. My life has been saved too many times. So it is possible to have your religious faith and trust what the scientific method produces. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Please be safe. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.